All right, welcome to episode 97 of Adventures in Inbetweening. Today I am looking at a phenomenal movie I first saw somehow in Vancouver in 1997 over at Emily Carr. Someone got a copy of it. Princess Mononoke. Stunning animation here. I had a lot of scenes to choose from, but I cut it down as much as I could. This first pan here is going along with the wolves, and it's just here's an explosion as the army's trying to get to them. There's so much going on here. I mean, there's this wonderful wolf animation. These trees are used as overlays to help sell the depth of it and to give us a bit of a peekaboo effect there. The wolves are always offset with their runs. They're never repeating what each is doing. One's in compression, the other's in extension. You can see San there. They call Princess Mononoke is riding one of them. Turning the corner per the boards here. Planting the foot for that corner turn, all very believable. More depth with the tree there. And let's just have a look at this huge piece of artwork that would have been necessary to make this work. I mean, you can see how much distance they covered, running horizontally there, going across, all these drawings, constantly moving, and just the technical challenges. They were starting to get into a bit more digital stuff here, but a lot of this was still just traditional artwork. Turning around the corner here, going back to where we left off, just, so much pre-planning needed on this. Great perspective here as the wolf is coming towards us, snarling, getting closer to camera. It's as if we're being drawn in closer. Look at all the detail as the wolf gets closer as well on the fur, the tones, the highlights. Just it's all very descriptive and believable. So here we've got Moro now coming in, looking terrifying. This is the bigger wolf attacking the ox. The people are reacting. The two tails on Moro. Jaws clamped on the ox there. Many layers of action going on here. We've got the foreground humans and all these different pieces of hay and supplies. We've got the ox. Then we've got Moro. Then we've got some more ox and people and supplies behind. And you can see exactly like boarded here. Look at how rough this board is, but how closely it was followed. It's just terrific to see how those original ideas that were just sketches carry through so strongly. Moro's leaving a trail of devastation behind. Running forward here. Here's an ox that's being thrown off the edge of the cliff here. Starting off with a close-up of the ox. And you think of an ox as this huge animal. Tumbling in perspective away from us. Animated here with this tree. Now, normally this kind of thing, it would be like, oh, that's too complex. We're not going to even try to animate that. But there's a few frames there where it's just, wow, there's a ton of, really careful painting going on. And then, boom, as the tree roots come out of the side of the cliff here, all these rocks and debris, all these complex silhouettes are freed up. We've got these hay bales coming in behind here. We have people coming in. There's carts and ropes, and there's the tree roots on the left there. All these incredibly interesting, intricate shapes combined. This scene is fascinating. Now, I've seen this movie probably a half dozen times, but until I did this breakdown, I didn't see what I'm going to show you here. There's terrific detail here. You can see something doesn't quite look right, the way that they're pushing and pulling. And this is all about the rope is letting go here. So this guy here on the left, he has all his weight on the handle, but he's going up. Now, I'm playing this backwards now. That looks a lot more strong, a lot more believable. Let's play it backwards again. Now you can see the guy pushing underneath there, the guy pushing down on it, the guy pulling towards him. And then if we play it forwards, it's not as strong. So the only thing that I can think, you can see that guy has all his weight on the handle on the left there. The only thing I can think is that the rope direction was wrong when it was animated, and they said, "Oh, we got to make the rope direction be releasing the rope." Well, I guess we're just gonna have to reverse the animation. That's I can't imagine why it would have been animated that way otherwise. But the thing is, I saw it a half dozen times. I've seen the movie, and I didn't notice it till now. So I think most people wouldn't notice it anyway. This scene here, so much going on here. Look at everything. We've got the character. So this is the rice that's been delivered. Watch the color of the rice bag on the right here. Pop. It's going to change color. Now that is an artifact of the times when it comes to cells. If you put too many cells on and you've got a cell that's going to become a held cell, it's going to go to the bottom of the cells, it's going to change color. All the cells have a little bit of a color change to them. You can see this one in the middle here getting impatient. There's so much. There's 20 characters here, and they're all doing their own thing. One on the right has got the rice. She's getting out of here. This other one says, hurry up. This one says, who's next? This one says, it's my turn. This one's keeping track of the rice. This one's delivering it. Just dish it out. This one's saying, hey, don't push. So incredible. This amazing. I don't know how many people worked on this, but I mean, it was many weeks, possibly months of work, depending if you only had a couple or a few animators on it. So much planning, so much consistency to take care of. Now this one here, we're on the logs. You see this vertical camera shake. Suddenly Okkoto is emerging here. Boom! There's this massive warthog. And you can see that it just thrusting up his head there. And wonderful silhouette. All this clarity on the face here. And you can see that these logs, which are originally brown, have turned blue so that we can see Okkoto clearly against the logs. Just really, really smart use of the light source there. Okay, here. So now this here, the water is subtle here. It's like we're looking at a field that is covered with water. We're seeing right through the water. So, and you can see that San is pulling Ashitaka into the water here. The water line is just delineated by a few simple ripples. That's what's helping sell to us that this is the part that's underwater. This is the part that's above water. You can see there's some the legs disappearing there underwater. There's just those few ripples. I just look at this and I'm just in awe of the artistry, the planning, the beauty of it. Just to think, okay, yeah, we're gonna have a character underwater, but we're gonna show everything. We're not just gonna only show to the surface of the water. We're gonna show everything that we that we need to there. And it's all gonna, the colors are gonna be different, of course, underwater. Terrific shapes left behind by these ripples here. Again, beautifully boarded. So many solutions in the boards there, and even with Yakul. Here, look at this foot coming in here, and it's going to hit the ground. And the great forest spirit, this is whose hoof this is, has the power of bestowing life and death of the whole life cycle. So as soon as the foot hits the ground, all these plants immediately bloom, and they go through their life cycle in just a few seconds. So much detail when it comes to all the different shapes and types of plants here and colors. And when it comes to like animating into this, I would imagine if I was approaching it, I would start with the plants all grown, and then I would animate backwards rather than trying to animate one into a grown state. That would just be too much for my mind to handle. And then they grow, they fade, they dehydrate, they wilt, and now the ones in the foreground. All different plants. You can see that it reaches the top, the height of growth there, and then it starts wilting, and there's just all this offset, beautiful shapes there. I mean, that scene, again, weeks and weeks, if not months, of animation, drawing, planning. You can see here the only thing that's moving is the arm, and we've got this spark here that's going to go into the gunpowder. Boom! Instant, one frame explode. You can see the light source so stark there on the soldier character. Soldiers pushed back. Explosion goes forward. Look at all these wonderful shapes. Just a terrific piece of artwork there. And that's going to fade quickly. Now that the explosion is going straight forward, organic shapes. The glow is gone very quickly. The smoke comes on very suddenly. It's got some direction to it at first, and then it's going to quickly become more rounded and less directional. And you can see we've still got a bit of a highlight on the soldier character there, and the explosion continues. We've got those orange brighter parts, which are gradually animating off. Multiple directions of the smoke swirling there. And last shot here, just starting on the simple background. The wolves come charging in here, creating contact on the ground with the back feet sliding forward. You have this debris being kicked up. San and Ashitaka are jumping off here. They both land at the same time. I like that. It's not like one is in more of a hurry than the other. They're both together as a team. San's turning around, checking on the wolves, telling them to go. They're running forward in perspective, coming towards us here. Wolves are continuing through the scene. San and Ashitaka come towards the camera. Great counterpoint of direction. You've got one going off this way and one coming towards camera this way. Just makes these wonderful contrasting shapes. Yeah, and this video could have easily been 2-3 times as long. I had to cut out a lot of scenes, but it just gives you a taste of what's in Princess Mononoke. And yeah, please check it out if you haven't seen it. It's there's a lot there. It's a serious film, and it's a serious animation as well. Thanks for checking it out. I'll see you next time.